At first, it looked like coincidence. A body found near a cemetery, another in a river, a third buried in the woods. 3 states, 6 women, all within weeks. And still, police say there's no pattern. But the locals, they're locking their doors, watching the shoreline, and wondering who's next because something is happening along the New England coast and it's being buried faster than the victims. New England's coastline is supposed to be peaceful. Charming seaside towns, clam shacks and sailboats, families walking dogs by the water. It's the kind of place you'd never expect to be afraid in. But something is happening here. Something no one wants to say out loud. Bodies are turning up. One in a river, another near a cemetery, a third deep in the woods found by accident. No signs, no warnings, just silence and fear. Police say there's no connection, no cause for alarm. But the locals, they're telling a different story. And if you look closely, there's a pattern, a dark thread tying these towns together, one discovery at a time. This isn't your average true crime story. Because this time, the killer might still be out there. Subscribe to Crime Plus Stories because we don't just tell true crime. We follow the ones still unfolding. March 6th, Norwalk, Connecticut. A quiet riverbank near the old grist mill road bridge. Abandoned, overgrown, forgotten by most until that morning. The body of a woman is found floating in the Norwalk River. She is identified as Paige Fannin, 35 years old, from West Islip, New York. No one knows how she ended up here. No missing persons report. No obvious signs of trauma. Just gone. It was strange, unsettling, but not headline news. At least not yet. That would change very quickly. Because what seemed like a tragic one-off was only the beginning. February, Groton, Connecticut, near the old Colonel Ledyard Cemetery where silence is expected, not broken. But on March 19th, silence gave way to horror. Human remains were discovered, discarded near the cemetery grounds, stuffed inside a suitcase. Female, estimated age between 40 and 60. Investigators believe she was left there weeks earlier, possibly in mid-February. No name, no identity, no clear cause of death. Just a body in a bag left like trash in a place meant for the dead. Groton is a small town. Nothing like this happens here. Until now. The whispers started that same day online and off. Was this connected to the woman found in Norwalk? Or something even worse? March 21st, New Haven, Connecticut. In a quiet backyard on Rock Creek Road, a family was just clearing brush, doing yard work. Nothing unusual, until they stumbled upon human remains. Hidden, weathered, long forgotten by everyone, except the ones still searching. The remains were identified as Denise Leary, 59 years old, a mother of 2, missing since August. She had vanished without a trace months earlier. No signs of where she'd gone, no closure, just absence. Now she was back, but not how anyone hoped. And the place she was found, just 40 minutes from Norwalk. That made 3 women, 3 bodies, all in Connecticut, all within weeks. And still, the police weren't ready to call it a pattern. March 6th, Plymouth, Massachusetts. In the woods off Route 3, a discovery is made quiet, eerie, and deeply unsettling. Just a skull. No body, no clothes, no personal effects. No name, no age, not even a confirmed gender. It was found by chance, and it raised more questions than it answered. Was it recent? Was it part of something larger? Or had it been lying there unnoticed for years? Authorities released almost nothing. No cause of death, no suspects, nothing to calm the public. But the timing was impossible to ignore. The same day Paige Fannin was pulled from the river. To locals, this wasn't coincidence anymore. It was starting to feel like a pattern, a puzzle piece with no edges waiting for the next to appear. Foster, Rhode Island, March 26th. Deep in the woods, far from the nearest streetlight, a body was found. It was Michelle Romano, 56 years old, missing since August. She lived in Warwick, a quiet coastal town just an hour away. Her disappearance barely made headlines at the time. No last sightings, no public search, just another adult gone missing. Now, months later, she surfaced again, but not alive, not whole, and not with answers. The circumstances around her death, suspicious. Authorities won't say how she died, but they've ruled out natural causes. This was the fourth woman, a mother, a sister, a life with roots in the community, and still no official link to the other cases. Just another woman gone, and another family left in the dark. Plymouth, Massachusetts, March 6th. A skull is found deep in the woods just off Route 3. No body, no clothing, no clues. No name, no age, no confirmed gender. It was just there, exposed by time, weather, and silence. Discovered by someone walking a path they'll never forget. Investigators offered little to the public, just a confirmation that it was human remains. No identity, no timeline, no answers. But the date of discovery, March 6th, the exact same day Paige Fannin was found in the river. 2 bodies, 2 states, one chilling coincidence, or maybe not a coincidence at all. This skull wasn't just remains, it was a question without a question mark, a puzzle piece with no edges and no idea where it fits. Killingly, Connecticut, April 9th, Woodward Street, a quiet residential area with nothing out of the ordinary until now. Human remains are found. No ID, no missing person match, no press conference full of answers. Just another body. Another woman, maybe. Another town added to the growing list. Another family somewhere still hoping their phone will ring. The police say it's early. The investigation is ongoing. But they also say this case isn't connected to the others. Again, no threat to the public. No pattern. No cause for concern. But for the people living here, those words are starting to sound like a broken record. Because this is the 6th body. And still, no names, no arrests, no answers. Just another name waiting to be spoken. It started as a whisper, a post here, a comment there. Then it spread fast. TikTok, X, Facebook groups, Reddit threads. Theories began piling up like driftwood on the shore. It's a serial killer. This has Gilgo Beach written all over it. Why isn't anyone doing anything? Strangers shared maps, timelines, photos, even rumors of similar disappearances dating back years. Some posts went viral, some were deleted. But the fear, that stayed. What started as speculation became obsession. The algorithm fed the fear, and the fear fed the algorithm. For locals, it wasn't just online noise. It was real. Close, too close. And while police urged calm, social media had already declared this wasn't coincidence. This was a predator. No connection. No threat to the public. It's all just coincidence. That's been the official line from the start. Each time a new body was found, the response was the same. Caution the public. Temper the panic. Avoid the word no one wants to say. Serial. police departments across 3 states have issued nearly identical statements. Nothing to see here, no clear links, no reason to be afraid. But here's the problem. People are afraid. Because when 6 bodies show up in a short span of time across towns that share coastlines and highways, coincidence stops feeling like a reasonable answer. Locals are left wondering, are police being cautious or covering something up? And if there really is no connection, then why does it all feel so connected? Connecticut, Rhode Island, Massachusetts, 6 women, 3 months. Bodies found in rivers, woods, near cemeteries, and inside suitcases. Different towns, different counties, but disturbingly close. Too close. The driving distance between them, less than 2 hours. The similarities in the victims, hard to dismiss. Middle-aged women, all vanished quietly. All returned under suspicious and often silent circumstances. And yet, each case is treated like an island, separate, isolated, unrelated. But when you zoom out, the lines start to connect. The map stops looking random, and a shape begins to form. It may not be confirmed, but it's getting harder to ignore. Because this doesn't feel like 6 separate tragedies anymore. It feels like a pattern. In towns across New England, something has shifted. Women no longer walk alone after dark. Joggers stick to daylight hours. Families double-check locks. Pepper spray sales are quietly rising, so are anxiety levels. In local Facebook groups, posts go up daily. Anyone else hear sirens? Another missing person alert. Please check in if you're safe. Communities are creating their own networks of safety, spreading warnings, sharing rides, watching each other's backs. Meanwhile, the official statements stay the same. No evidence of a connection. No threat to the public. No further comment. But silence doesn't calm fear. It feeds it. And for the people living in these towns, it feels like they're being left to figure it out on their own. March 6th, Paige Fannin is found in the Norwalk River. That same day, a skull is discovered in the woods of Plymouth, Massachusetts. March 19th, a suitcase containing human remains is found near a cemetery in Groton, Connecticut. March 21st, Denise Leary's body is recovered in New Haven after being missing since August. March 26th, Michelle Romano is found dead in the woods of Foster, Rhode Island. April 9th, human remains turn up on Woodward Street in Killingly, Connecticut. 6 discoveries, 34 days. That's not a slow burn, it's a wildfire. And with each passing week, the pattern gets tighter. The geography closes in. The fear spreads faster. If it happened this fast before. What's stopping it from happening again? It didn't take long for the comparisons to start. The setting, the victims, the silence. People began whispering one name, Gilgo Beach, the infamous case from Long Island where bodies were hidden for years until one discovery unraveled a decade of horror. Rex Heuermann, a suburban father, an architect, and now an accused serial killer. Could New England be facing its own version of that nightmare? Is someone out there right now, watching the news, reading the posts, smiling at the silence? Because the truth is, predators don't always hide in shadows. Sometimes they live in plain sight. And history has shown us it often takes years and more victims before anyone connects the dots. Paige Fannin was 35. She had family in New York. She liked music, and her smile lit up the photos left behind. She wasn't just a body in a river, she was someone's daughter. Denise Leary was 59, a mother of 2, from New Haven. reported missing in August and gone for months before being found just minutes from home. She had a past, sure, but she also had people who loved her and who never stopped searching. Michelle Romano was 56, from Warwick, Rhode Island. A quiet life, a sudden disappearance, a tragic ending in the woods. And then there's the woman in the suitcase, the skull in Plymouth, the remains on Woodward Street. We don't know their names yet, but someone does. These aren't headlines, they're lives. This isn't just a pattern, it's personal. Because behind every case file, there's a story that didn't get to finish. 6 sets of remains, 3 states, dozens of unanswered questions. Forensic teams are working slowly. DNA tests, dental records, autopsies. But time is passing, and memories, just like evidence, fade. So far, there's no suspect, no arrests, no confirmed links between the cases. But the pressure is building, not just from the public, but from the silence itself. Because the longer this drags on, the more likely it is to disappear, swallowed by the news cycle, buried beneath newer tragedies, forgotten, like footprints in sand, unless something breaks, a confession, a clue, or another body. And if that happens, will it finally be enough to force someone to admit there's a pattern? If you want the truth behind the headlines, the facts they won't say out loud, and the stories that matter, subscribe to Crime Stories, because the next body could change everything.